So wait, when did you start selling? How long has it been?
When did I start the course or start selling? Because I haven't started selling.
Started the course. Like, when did you set up your account?
I would say 3 weeks ago, pretty much as soon as I got the course.
And what did you need to do that? Just to set up an Amazon account?
So, you need a card, like a credit card or a debit card from the UK. You don't need, but it's obviously ideal to have a company, which is like really, really fast to set up in the UK. It took me, honestly, like 3 or 4 days for the government to send me the thing back. So that was really good.
And what kind of company did you set up? Are there different variations in the UK? And then how did you, who did you go through to set it up?
Basically, in the UK, you can do it straight through the government, and it's like really cheap. It cost me £12 to set up a company.
And is it just like a government website?
It's called Companies House. So like plural of company house.
Okay.
And then basically that's like a government website, and it's super easy. You can just like type in the name that you want, and then you can check. I think it's on the same website, the government website. You can check if that name that you want is already taken. So it's like super easy, and it's way cheaper in the UK than setting up a company like on LegalZoom.
$12. £12.
Like £12. It's like absolutely ridiculous. And I was just like, oh shit, I'm a business owner for like the price of a few coffee.
Right?
Like
for your monster.
The things you need to set up an Amazon account is you need a credit or debit card, you need a phone number, so I guess that would be a UK phone number, but you may be able to get away with a foreign one, I don't know.
Yeah.
You need a primary contact person, so that's yourself, and just general bank account information. I think I may have put. Did I put my passport? I think to set up my company, I needed my passport number, put my UK passport number, but maybe you can use like a foreign passport as well. I don't know the rules on setting up an English or a UK company if you're like from another country. So
now, did they make you put?
For me,
sorry, go ahead.
For me, like setting up the company was the easiest thing. Like, it took like less than a day, and then I got the certificate. I got 2 letters from the government in the post, like 3 days later, like, congratulations, your company's set up. It was so fast, man.
Dang, I wish. That was awesome. So did they make you do any tax information when setting up your Amazon account, or what's it called, an LTD there, like your business?
LTD, limited company. In the UK, my understanding is that until you import £81,000 worth of goods, you don't need to register for that. And then as soon as you exceed £81,000 in imports, it's like mandatory to apply for that. So basically my advice for someone just starting out is not to worry too much about that at the start.
Yeah.
Like, you can just set your shit up, because you're not going to import £81,000 worth of goods within the first few months. Like, it's just not
first
going to
year
happen.
even, exactly.
First year, right? Like, that, for me, that's not even a concern. And by the time you've imported that much, that means you're already doing really well. Do you know what I mean?
And the VAT number is probably easy to get anyway with the government. Yeah,
I just think, like, my experience so far has been so easy with the UK government. Like, and then the only other tax stuff you have to think about is, because you didn't talk too much about this on the course, but in the UK, you definitely have to pay import duty and VAT on cost of your goods. So not the shipping, but the goods. And basically, my advice for anyone in the UK is ask the supplier to get the delivery company to factor the import duty and the VAT in up front. Because some of them will do it if you push them.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of reluctant because I think they don't know exactly how much it's going to cost. But like the problem is if you don't get it billed up front, your goods can get stuck in the airport and then like FedEx or UPS are going to call you up and be like,
hey, you need to pay this.
Yeah. You need to pay the ship because otherwise it's going to go to Amazon and then there's a risk it's going to go to Amazon and then the shipping company are going to ask Amazon to pay it and they're just going to be like reject.
Yeah.
So
duties have to be paid first.
My tip, exactly. Definitely try to get your supplier to factor the import duty and VAT. So the cost of VAT is about 20% in the UK. And it's only on the cost of the goods, so not the shipping. Make sure that you're only getting charged VAT on the goods, not the shipping. Because the goods are normally less than the cost of shipping as well, so it's a huge difference.
Yeah, it's usually half.
Exactly. And then the import duty is roughly an extra 6 to 10%. It all depends on what kind of goods you're importing. That they all have a different code. So, yeah, completely depends on what exactly your product is. But basically, VAT plus import duty is going to be about 26 to 30% of the cost of your goods. So anyone in the UK, regardless of like how much you're going to sell, like from the beginning, you need to factor that into the cost.
And did that make it hard to find products that were profitable, or were you still able to?
Honestly, no, because as I said, if it was like on the cost of the goods and the shipping, then yeah, that would have been like a big bummer, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like for example, my first product, which I'm getting shipped, I got 500 units for like $850 or something, and the cost of the goods were less than $300.
Oh, so it's like $60.
So it's nothing, man.
Yeah.
It's literally nothing. So,
yeah.
You just have to be clever. Like, just make sure that, just make sure you factored in the extra 25 to 30% into your cost per unit when you put that into the FBA calculator. Because otherwise, that's not the true profit.
And then, do you know if you can write those off when you pay taxes?
That's a good question. So, let me think before I answer it incorrectly.
If you don't know, that's okay. I'm sure it's something they could look up. It sounds like to me like it would be something that you could write a percentage off or all of it off for taxes. But again, I'm not sure.
So, I know one thing that you can do is that you can register for a flat rate of VAT. And somebody I know that did that only paid 7.5% VAT on his sales. But he said something like he can't claim VAT back on his purchases. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but...
means get an attorney. Or a tax person in the UK.
Basically, my advice is like, don't procrastinate too much about this because we're talking, you're still going to make profit, like good profit. This is just like the minor details. And when you're at that stage when you need to seek professional advice, then do it. But there's so much margin already, like it's not like a deal breaker at all.
Yeah.
It's just a case of get up and running. And then when you meet that problem, like deal with it.
Because I've had a lot of people saying they don't know how it works in the UK to make an account and that's difficult. But after hearing this, it sounds easier than to set up in the US. So you set it up within 3 days from very start to creating your account and having everything done. It was like less than a week.
Honestly, Tanner, like from the moment I from the day that I checked whether the company name I wanted was available and then registered on Companies House. I think it was a Friday evening or a Saturday, and then it was either the Monday or the Tuesday. I got 2 letters in the post from Companies House saying, congratulations, your business is set up. And they also will send you an email to the email address that you give, confirming it at the same time. Do you want me to show you the letters?
Yeah, if you have them, if you want to show them, if you can show them. I don't know if you can with the numbers and stuff.
Let me see, and then I can try and cover up the numbers.
Yeah.
So this is what you're going to get. That's the organization you want.
Okay.
Companies House. And the website is, can you see it?
Kinda. So companieshouse.gov.uk.
Yeah, so it's www.companieshouse.gov.uk. So that's the website they need to go on. And then let me just check there's nothing. Okay, the first letter you're going to get is it says your company authentication code. And I think this is to incorporate your company online, but this is so that you can like check your accounts and do your annual returns and register your company details and make changes online. And then the second one, I can't show it because it's got like a few numbers on it.
That's fine.
But,
and did you have to enter any of that information into Amazon when setting up your account? Or just kind of like the company number?
At most, it was like the name of the company that I set up and like one number, and it wasn't hard at all.
Yeah.
Like if it was any number, it'd be like the most obvious number, you know. Like,
yeah.
I don't remember spending any more than 5 minutes doing it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is the. Okay, let me just check. Okay, I better not show because there's a few bits on it, but the other letter that you're going to get, the second of the 2, it basically just says, dear name, congratulations on being appointed as director of company name. And then it just tells you like there's certain duties you have to fulfill to ensure your company complies with the law. These include filing the annual accounts for your company and like one other thing, and that's it. So yeah, basically a 5-day turnaround, super easy to set up on Amazon. Yeah, on Seller Central. The only other thing, something came up on Seller Central like 3 days ago, which kind of surprised me because it didn't ask me at the beginning. It said something like, you need to sign a letter of authentication. And I didn't know what the hell that meant. But then basically, all it was in the end was you just go to, and basically they were saying, until I've signed that letter, my account will be like on hold and I might not be able to sell on it. So I was like, what the hell is this? So I did some research, and you just go to the help page, and then they've already written a template for you for this letter.
Oh, and you
and
just
literally all you have to do. It's so stupid. It's like so I'm Anwar Griffiths. It's like Anwar Griffiths gives permission for Anwar Griffiths to sell as company name on Amazon.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I literally just printed that out. I signed it, scanned it, sent it back, and they were like, they approved it in like 12 hours or something. It was the stupidest thing. Like, so that was like the only thing I had to do apart from register on Seller Central.
So all in all, sorry, go ahead.
My account is now open. So yeah, super easy.
So all in all, very easy. Nothing to be afraid of. I know you're going to get this question. You're probably going to get 100 messages after this. But any other advice other than tax and legal for product research? Did you do anything special, or did you just follow what the course says and you're able to find one? How do you feel the UK market's kind of different, or did you do anything special?
Yeah, so I've done a review on Tanner's course, and I've also just uploaded my first kind of vlog style kind of Amazon story today. So if you're interested in that, then check out my channel. It's called Cheese Chaser. That's one word. So like cheese, like food, and then chaser, like someone running after something in one word. And basically, I've got a few tips in there, but for UK people, one thing that you need to be aware of is Hannah says in the course um, to purchase a UPC from Barcode Mania. You need to make sure that you do not purchase a UPC code. You have to purchase an EAN code, which is the European barcode. Apart from that, man, like honestly, the processes are so similar. I would say I've found two products so far. A lot of people have been kind of messaging me on Facebook because I posted my review the other day, but they're kind of saying, "Oh, all the same shit's coming up all the time." My advice is like, honestly, just get creative, play around with the filters, like get some quotes from suppliers. If you've got like a really high profit margin on a product, even if it's selling like 200 units, like it's a good start. So don't procrastinate too much and spend like weeks killing yourself about not being able to find the perfect product. Just like make a start, understand the process of setting up an account and making a listing, and like how you're going to deal with the suppliers, like negotiation, get some experience dealing with import duty and UK tax on the shipping. And then, you know, once your product is live, you're not going to make a loss on it. Like, there's almost no way you're going to lose money. You're going to make money regardless, but you'll have experience. And then you can just spend time looking for the second product, which will probably be better than the first one. So, yeah, a lot of people saying UK is really hard. They can't find a product. Just like stop. Honestly, my advice is just stop moaning and just like start being innovative and play around with the filters. Like I reduced the sales maybe to like 250 or 220 sometimes. I made the reviews higher to like 75 or whatever. Yeah, and then just like if you think a product might have potential, just like practice some negotiation with the suppliers. They might give you like a really good price, which is like too much of a good opportunity to miss, you know? Mm-hmm. It could go from being like average product to like a really good opportunity just because the price they give you is like it's a no-brainer. Like do you know what I mean? So but yeah, I'm more than happy, Tanner, to help you out with the UK questions. Like, if you want to direct stuff to me, my first product shipped on Saturday. So I chose FedEx, or the supplier is shipping with FedEx, and that's going to land in like a few days because it's express. So like pretty soon, I'm going to be dealing with the tax import duty, and what else? Anything else you think?
I don't think so. I mean, we have the Facebook group for the UK, where everyone's helping out, even in the normal one. We have a bunch in the UK. So everyone's helping everyone figure everything out in there. We got a lot of people who are far along in the process, kind of like you. I think we have one or two that have started products already and are selling. But other than that, man, it doesn't seem very difficult to me. I know a lot of people have been scared or unsure with this, but I'm sure I'm going to have you on again. Once you get started selling, seeing how everything's going, if you're using any different techniques or whatnot. But hopefully I'll have you on in another week or so when your product goes active. But I just appreciate you taking the time to do this interview. His link, if you guys want to go follow him, you should, will be the first one in the description. So go follow him. I'm sure you're sharing your journey the whole way, right?
Yeah, I'm going to be like consistently posting. And if you're not in the Entourage Mastermind group, what the hell are you waiting for, guys? What, like, seriously, the reason I started the YouTube channel is because Tanner pushed me. And the best advice I can give you for anyone that wants to, like, get their name out there and start, like, you know, making some traction with social media, with their own personal brand, just post anything, man. Like, I posted my review of the Amazon course, Tanner's course, and it's on like almost like a few hundred views, and like I started my channel like so recently, man, and like I'm getting comments on there, and like people like are like emailing me asking questions and stuff like, and I haven't put any effort in. Like I've got the worst quality video. Like I didn't plan it. Like honestly, guys, get in the Entourage Mastermind group. $60 is like such a small amount of money for the kind of material that Tanner and Ryan are putting out there. Like even just for like one of the lessons a month, it would be worth it. But they're doing weekly lessons on like affiliate marketing, like creating a landing page, how to grow your YouTube channel. And like not only that, but they're giving away you know, one-to-one calls, and they're going to be flying people out for gear. Like seriously, guys, just get that in there. There's so much knowledge and good vibes, and like you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And even though we're not together, like the kinds of people you're speaking to on the Facebook group are just invaluable because they're all the same mindset. And I've started making like really good friends with people in the group. Like we're pushing each other to develop our YouTube channels, and I don't know anyone else in the UK who can like motivate me like that, because no one else is interested in this shit. Like, no one in my city wants to do this. So like this, it's just a magical time where we can like connect across different continents and push each other. And like honestly, I want to get my channel to like, you know, 5K within the next kind of by the end of the year. It would be fantastic.
It's doable.
And I'm confident because we've got this movement. So anyone in the UK, stop worrying. If you want to DM me and get like direct advice from me on how to set your company up, how to deal with taxes on the shipping or whatever else, how to play around with the filters, just feel free to message me. I'm not going to charge you. I will be very patient. And yeah, I just want to help Tanner out because he's given us all like such a great opportunity to make a ton of money for doing such a little bit of work. And if you're complaining about the bit at the beginning, like setting up your company and stuff, like the payoffs are so big, guys. The payoffs are tens of thousands of pounds a month. And it's just for a little bit of, I don't even think it's difficult, but maybe you guys think it's hard, but it's nothing.
If you know what you're doing and follow the steps, it's not hard. You just got to know what you're doing.
Your course covers everything, man. Like, literally the only thing was the EAN code instead of the UPC code. Everything else is basically 100% identical.
Yeah.
So anyone moaning, like, in fact, it's easier for the UK because it cost me £12 to set my company up.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like, there's no excuse. There's no excuse, guys.
No risk
there. £12.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. I think that's going to be it for this video. Again, I really appreciate it. Anwan that's how you say it, right? Anwa.
Anwa.
He will be on, I'm sure, in a couple weeks again. I'm going to keep in contact with him. Make sure you go follow his channel and subscribe. He will be posting lots of Amazon stuff, I'm sure, especially if you're in the UK. There's no reason not to. If you're wondering about the course, go watch his review. I know there's other reviews as well. But I hope that was informative. I plan on doing more for the UK. And I will see you guys in the next video.